Hello and thanks for stopping by the channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video, as you can see, we are outside and we're going to be doing some outside work. So if you'd like to see what we're going to be doing today, keep on watching. So we're going to be focusing on curb appeal today. So we're going to be looking at some yards. I'm just riding through the neighborhood, going to my destination where I will be doing some work to a yard to kind of bring about some curb appeal. Curb appeal is so important because it's the first thing someone sees when they come to your home. It welcomes them to your home. It welcomes you to your home as you come home at the end of your workday or whatever. I know I like to see something beautiful waiting for me as I pull up into the driveway. So curb appeal is really, really important. It can enhance your property value. It just shows your pride in your ownership or renters. It doesn't matter whether you own or not. The appeal of your home or where you dwell is very important, or at least it is to me. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean that it has to be something very expensive. Maintenance is important as well. So, as you will see in this video, I'm going to be doing some yard work, but it's going to be very budget friendly. It's not going to cost a lot of money to get this done. It's going to be real, real simple. I am not a gardener by any stretch of the imagination, so I do the best that I can. And so I'm just going to share what I do just in case you are on the same level as I am as it relates to your green thumb or gardening abilities or whatever, just to show that anybody can do this. Okay. So we're going to head over to Lowe's first of all, because for any yard work, you've got to get some tools that you will need. But again, it's going to be budget friendly. Now, before we go into Lowe's, I'm going to show you the yard that we're going to be working on today. Now, as you can see, the flower bed is no longer defined. Grass has grown in, some weeds have grown in, that type of thing. So we're going to do something real, real simple here. We also have a hosta down in there that's gotten buried. It's going to get choked out by these bushes. These bushes have really gotten large. So we're going to do something very low maintenance here. This is my son and daughter-in-law's home, and they are very busy. They don't have time for any fussy outdoor things. So we're going into Lowe's. We're going to find something that's going to be very low maintenance and easy for them to maintain. So the first thing we need to do is we need to get some weed barrier and some mulch. You could go with rock if you like. Those looks really, really nice. But I decided that I would go ahead with some mulch. That's easy enough and very inexpensive. This week, Lowe's has mulch on sale, 4 bags for $10. So you cannot beat that. I'm looking around and see if there's anything else to add in here, but I think I'm just going to go with this mulch since the flower bed has kind of grown over with the bushes that they have. I think that's going to be the easiest route to go. So I'm looking here for some weed barrier. I'm going to pick up a roll of this as well. And I'm going to do this as a no dig. So I'm just going to place this weed barrier on there and I'm going to mulch on top of that. I saw that on another channel that I was watching and it seemed to work for her. So that's what we're going to do today. But I'm still looking at these shrubs because, they just look so, so pretty, but I'm not going to pick any of those up. But if you're in the market for shrubs, they just have some of the most beautiful shrubbery this year. They also have ground cover, and I considered that as well. But the thing about that, like I said, I wanted it to be low maintenance. And if you go with the ground cover, you may get the weeds in there. So you have to do the weeding on the in between. But this ivy and this greenery here would be really, really pretty as ground cover. The thing about ground cover too is it does creep. It will grow and kind of take over. So that's another thing to consider. But if you like getting out in your yard and working a lot, ground cover is such a pretty option. And so now I'm looking at the flowers because I do want to add some color out there. And these are just beautiful. I think this is called a Monrovia or something like that. But look how pretty they are. They have some of them with all red. They have some pink. They have some with a mixture. So I think I picked that one up. And now we're back over here at the yard. Now, don't pay attention to the grass. We have Bermuda grass here, and it takes some time for that to come back to life, but it will do okay. And like I said, that hosta's down in there, and we're going to dig that up and relocate it. But get this flower bed together because it needs it. It needs the work desperately. So we're going to just go ahead and get this weed barrier out, and then go ahead and put that down on just on top of that grass, and see if we can choke that grass out of there and create a flower bed. It seems that whenever I'm in the mood to get outside and play in some dirt or play outside in the garden, I pick the hottest days possible. But I'm out here and I'm going to get it done today. My goal is to get this all done today, go home, take a nice warm shower, and then sit outside on my own deck and enjoy this beautiful day. I know real gardeners use pins or something that they put down to hold the weed barrier or landscape fabric or whatever. I'm just going to lay this down and put the mulch on top of it. The weight of the mulch should hold it down. And yeah, we'll just see how it goes. So I got stuff flying around. It is a little windy out here, but it is hot. Despite the heat, I just find it so satisfying working outside. And so, yeah, I just like being outside as much as possible. It's important to use that sunscreen though, because this sun is intense already. But I do make sure that I get myself layered on with my sunblock. But anyway, you can see here that I've done a portion of the mulch so far. So you can see what the before is looking like. We're going to go ahead and put this beautiful flower here. I just used a shepherd's hook to put that there. Like I said, we're not going to go with any in-ground flowers because this needs to be very low maintenance for them. Like I said, they are busy with their careers and their children. So yeah. Anyway, this is how it is looking so far. This mulch is really, really making this area pop. I've also added some pillows that they had on the porch and a floral on their porch. And this is how it all has come together. I think it looks so nice. They have some landscape lights out there or pathway lights out there. So at night, this will look really pretty. It'll illuminate. It's very low maintenance. Now, they could add some pots of florals down here in this mulch if they wanted to go that route. I don't know that they will. But if they choose to do that, they can do that if they want more color. But the key is that this looks very neat and very, very defined. It just looks like you put some care into your outdoor space and it looks pretty from the curb. And that's what it's all about. So I'm happy with the way it turned out. I hope that they will be as well. So again, this is the before and then this is the after. So now we're going to head on over to my house because I never did the front of my home either. So I'm going to go ahead and plant something. I had this planter here and I just go with one. I have a very, very small porch, but I do like to put something on there just to add some color to that space. So I'm just adding my soil in here and I love to use coluses. I discovered them a couple years ago and I just love them and they love being on my porch here. They are a plant that takes shade. So on my porch area, it is covered. So they get all the shade that they want. And in previous years, they've done really, really well. So here are my coluses here. I love this plant. They are so pretty to me. I love the colors. They grow, they get really, really full. So I'm just kind of looking at what it'll look like in this single pot. I don't even have room for two pots there, but we're going to go ahead and plant them and see how they look. Another thing about coluses is they're very, very low maintenance. Like if you give them some water, that's about all they want. They don't really need fertilizer. They don't need direct sun. They just kind of do what they do all on their own and they grow like crazy. I do kind of pinch the ends of them. This like this little seed kind of grows out of the top of them every so often. And I just kind of pinch that off. That's about all that I do. That I kind of do that just walking in the house. If I see it out there, I just pinch it off and keep going. And they just really grow so, so pretty. Now, as I was planting, I remembered that I never picked up a new welcome mat. That's another thing that I like to do every season is to change out my welcome mat. So after this, I'm going to take a break. We're going to run to Ross and see if we can find a nice welcome mat. I like to go to Ross or all these places like that for their welcome mats because they're very inexpensive. They're usually very colorful and vibrant. And like I said, I change mine out every season. And so by the end of the season, they're typically pretty worn out anyway. They just start to become frayed or whatever from the heat and the wear and tear or whatever. So I don't mind replacing them because I don't spend a lot of money for them. Typically, I spend about $6.99 for them, and I don't think that that's too bad for a season. So I'm just kind of looking here to see what I want to go with. That bee is really, really pretty, as is the one with the butterflies, but I did not choose that. So I'll show you what I did pick up. I picked up the one with the monstera leaves. Very simple, but I liked it. And again, like I said, they're only $6.99, so you cannot beat that. And I like to layer my welcome mat. So I have this black and white rug. I should have washed it, but I didn't. I just put it out here and just kind of layered it with the welcome mat. And this is what the flowers are looking like. Now, I did pick up one of those Monrovia plants for myself too. I didn't need it, and it was not in the plan, but it was so, so pretty. So this is what my colas is looking like. And then I put some draped plant. I don't know what that is, but those are faux that I put around there because I love the look of that. So I added those to my pot as well, to my planter as well. But this is what it's looking like. I may move the hanging plant later, but for now, that's where it is. And this is what my little flower bed here is looking like. This is a very no maintenance flower bed that I planted last year. I added perennial so that I don't have to fuss with it every year. I also love hosta, so I do have hosta in my flower bed as well. I do not like having to do anything to my flower beds every year, so I like going with plants that are hardy and that come back every year. If I want to add a little pop of color, I can add a few flowers in there, but for the most part, I like to go simple and just refresh my mulch every year, which is what I've done here. So this is what my little flower bed is looking like. It's nothing massive, nothing special, just very, very basic and very low maintenance. And it'll pretty much look this way throughout the season, which is exactly what I want. Well, guys, I hope that you found something inspiring out of this video today. And if you did, please go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. I would love that. I would love to have you as a part of my YouTube family. And to my returning family members, thank you so, so much for stopping back by. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you all over here on my next one. Bye bye.